have attention, please? Can everybody be seated? And we'll get the show on the road. Want to apologize, we're starting a little late, but it's due to the fact that with the weather, we had people coming from Virginia that had a hard time getting here, and we tried to put it off as much as we can and to respect their getting at this reception. So, couple bookkeeping items here. You all should have a card, placard on there, which tells the staff here what meal you ordered. So we're going to try to accommodate it best we can. What else tell you? We have a silent auction. We have an auction on your table, and I forgot to bring it up here. There's a QR code, and we have some really interesting, nice gifts. We have a 1 week at a villa in Mexico. We have timeshares. We have a lot of other things on the auction. The auction will close at 8:30, so we would certainly welcome you to, if you would like to bid on those. What we're going to do now, first off, is we're going to have a toast, and then we're going to have our sushi reception, and then we're going to have a 15-minute break in which you can bid and have a few pictures taken, and then we'll start the program at that point in time. So, Ambassador Takata, I'd like you to... DCM Takata, I'd like to propose a toast, first off, to a better year, certainly than 2020 and 2021. So, and it's also want to toast to our fellowship and with the Japanese country and the people here that are wonderful and have been so gracious in helping us put this event on. Kampai. And we'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Minasan konbanwa. Welcome to the official Cherry Blossom Ball and Sushi reception presented by the National Conference of State Societies. My name is Kathleen Koch. I'm originally from the great state of Mississippi, but I was born in Kansas and lived in Alabama and a lot of other states, so I claim a lot of them as home. But thank you so much for being here tonight, for coming out. I am so excited to be your mistress of ceremonies this evening. I mean, I am excited basically to be outside the four walls of my house anywhere with anyone right now, all right? So thank you for coming out in the rain on this dank, humid day. So I would like you now all to stand, if you would, for the presentation of the colors. Performing the ceremonial detail this evening is the United States Army Military District of Washington Armed Forces Color Guard. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would please remain standing for the national anthems and the invocation afterwards. Now to sing the Japanese national anthem, Kimi ga Yo, and the United States national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Eriko Tokura and Francis Floresca.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would remain standing, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage, as I do every year, to deliver the invocation, Minister Junichi Saigo of the Japanese Christian Community Church. Minister Saigo.
Thank you. Even if Catherine kindly mentioned we remain standing, I would ask you to be seated so that I can comfortably pray. So please be seated while I'm praying. Thank you. Let's put our heart together for prayer. Our Father in heaven, we are so grateful that though we were not able to gather together this way last year due to the COVID situation, today we are here once again for celebration. Lord, as you know, we have been fighting and struggling with the COVID-19 for the last 1.5 years. This torturous and tragic situation has entirely changed our lifestyle and understanding of both individually and socially. The world has drastically changed in many ways and aspects. Definitely, we have learned from these situations the reality of human weakness and fragilities, despite the height of human prosperity and success. This reminds us your words in the Bible. Why you do not even know what will happen tomorrow? What is your life? You are mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Lord, therefore, now is the time for us to return to you because we surely need you. Like children church songs sings, little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. The problems of COVID reveal another reality before us, which is the reality of social and financial disparity within each country as well as internationally. This reality of disparity is a big and serious challenge in today's world. Cherry Blossom blesses everyone, loves everyone, comforts everyone. She makes everyone happy. For cherry blossoms, there is no discrimination, no disparity. Lord, you created everything for everyone. You therefore expect us to share all good things and all blessings with one another. Lord, please continue to help us to nurture the good and loving relationship between the USA and Japan, which has been built and established through cherry blossoms throughout many years in the past. But also, we would like to ask you to help us to share and extend our hands of blessings even to the other parts of the world. Lord, tonight as we dine and have fellowship together at the table, encourage and enhance our spirit of love and sharing. Particularly bless all the princesses and the queen to become great diplomats and ambassadors in all over the world. Lord, tonight, bless our dinner fellowship and all programs. We pray all these things in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you so much, Minister Saigo. We will begin this evening by introducing the 2021 Cherry Blossom Princesses. And we, again, are so thrilled to be introducing them because we have had to wait 2 years for this special evening. So first, I would like to introduce the Embassy of Japan Cherry Blossom Princess. The princess representing Japan tonight is Mika Mizobuchi. Mika was born in Los Angeles, California, and has lived in a number of places around the world, including South Africa, Tokyo, and New York. She is a rising sophomore at Tufts University, majoring in international relations, where she is a member of Allies, which is Alliance Linking Leaders in Education and the Services. Mika is the daughter of Masashi Mizobuchi, spokesperson for the Embassy of Japan, and Kayo Mizobuchi. I would now like to present the princesses joining the program from across the world. The princess representing the Republic of Kosovo tonight is Renata Matsula. Renata, now 21, was born and raised in Pristina, Kosovo. She's currently finishing her bachelor thesis at the University of Pristina, Hasan Pristina, where she's majoring in general architecture. Renata plans to continue her graduate studies in sustainable and eco-friendly houses. Her parents are Mika Gashen and Lorik Masula. And now it is my pleasure to present the princesses from across the United States and the U.S. territories, starting, of course, with Alabama. And the princess representing Alabama tonight is Casey Nelson. Casey is a native of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and is the press secretary for Congressman Ronnie Jackson of Texas. A 2019 graduate of the University of Alabama with degrees in public relations and political science, she is a proud Alabama football fan and a former student body president of her alma mater. Casey is the daughter of David and Patricia Nelson. And the princess representing Alaska tonight is Erin Stewart. Erin is a legislative correspondent covering health, education, labor, and pensions for Senator Dan Sullivan. A native of Anchorage, Alaska, Erin attended the University of Portland, majoring in political science with a minor in history. During college, Erin got a taste for Washington, D.C. when she interned for Congressman Don Young. For the last 2 years, she's worked in the Senate and is the daughter of Tim and Vicki Stewart. The princess representing American Samoa tonight is Rosemary Williams. Rosemary is a native of Alexandria, Virginia, attending Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service. She is majoring in international politics with a concentration in law, ethics, and institutions, and minoring in Korean. Rosemary tutors children learning Spanish and Korean. She is proud of her Samoan culture and enjoys Samoan dancing with her sisters. Rosemary is the daughter of Michael and Julian Williams. And the princess representing Arizona tonight is Benny Ray Harmony. Benny is studying international affairs and political science at Arizona State University. She is currently a congressional intern. And Benny is the daughter of Jay and Shayna Harmony. She prides herself on her drive, ambition, and communication skills. And the princess representing California tonight is Haley Butler. Haley graduated from Santa Clara University in 2020 with a degree in history and women's and gender studies. She will be going back to gain her master's in history this fall. Haley is the daughter of Maurice Butler and Lorna Orton. And princess representing the great state of Delaware tonight is Gabriela Esquivel. Gabby, daughter of Jesus and Denise Esquivel, is a junior at the University of Delaware. She majors in pre-veterinary medicine, minors in equine science and biology, and she is a highly accomplished equestrian in the sport of eventing. Now join me in welcoming the princess representing the District of Columbia, Brielle Simmons. Brielle is currently a sophomore at St. John's University in New York, majoring in legal studies. She is the co-founder of a nonprofit organization designed to combat homelessness and poverty in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Brielle is the daughter of Bridget and Craig Simmons, both natives of Washington, D.C. And the princess representing Florida tonight is Anisha Gupta. Anisha is from Orlando, Florida, and currently interns as a content creator at a creative agency and at the nonprofit Dream Corps. A 2020 graduate of Florida State University, she double majored in film production and sociology. Anisha is the daughter of Andy and Shamila Gupta. Now, Georgia is represented this evening by Olivia Greenwood. Olivia, who is from Georgia, has been active in the Georgia State Society for many years and is now a junior at Virginia Tech, majoring in biology. She is an EMT and risk management officer for the club water polo team at school. Olivia is the daughter of James and Mary Scott Greenwood and sister to Marjorie Greenwood, the 2015 Georgia Cherry Blossom Princess. So they're keeping it all in the family. Representing Guam tonight is Sarah Leon Guerrero. Sarah is a 2021 graduate of Shepherd University. She graduated with her bachelor's in sociology and criminal justice. Sarah was an active volunteer within her university and community. She plans to attend Arizona State University in the fall to continue her education. She is the daughter of Terry Leon Guerrero, a native of Guam, and Darina Sims. And join me now in welcoming the princess representing Illinois, Julie Singh. Julie is a resident of Illinois and is an investment banker at Citigroup working in municipal finance. A graduate of the University of Chicago in 2018 in economics and history, she volunteers with numerous nonprofits in the Chicagoland area. Julie is the daughter of Bill and Grace Singh. Indiana is represented tonight by Clarice Shaley. Clarice is a native of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and is studying communication and political science at Hanover College. She hopes to pursue journalism after graduating and is considering law school. Clarice is active in her sorority Kappa Alpha Theta and her college community arts. Representing Kansas tonight is Kylie Latavnix. Kylie currently resides in Andover, Kansas, and attends school at Kansas State University. She is entering her senior year, majoring in finance and pre-law with a minor in French. Très bien fait. Kylie is her sorority's director of philanthropy and competes on the mock trial team. Kylie is the daughter of Andres and Linda Latavnix. Now, the princess representing the great state of Louisiana tonight is Catherine Everett. Katie is from New Orleans, Louisiana, and runs a college program called Young Women for America, where she uses her passion for training women leaders. A 2020 graduate of Texas A&M University with a degree in telecommunications studies, Katie is the vice president of communications at the DC alumni chapter of her sorority, Delta Gamma. She's also an active member of Waterfront Church DC. Katie is the daughter of Brad and Donna Everett. Representing Maine tonight is Mia Rollins. Mia is a native of Hallowell, Maine, or Hollowell, which is it? Hollowell, oh, I'll get it. She's a freshman at Metropolitan Community College, majoring in design, interactivity, and media arts with a minor in graphic design. Mia is the daughter of Elizabeth and Kevin Rollins. Oh, join me in welcoming the princess representing Maryland, Jessie Nilsson. Jessie is a native of Silver Spring, Maryland, and she is a senior at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC, majoring in Asian Studies and minoring in Japanese with a Korean certificate. She is president of the UMBC Asian Studies Council of Majors. Jessie is the daughter of Renee Nelson. Oh, okay. I am told that we forgot Kentucky. How could we forget Kentucky? The problem is it's not in my program, so I am going to need someone to bring me information on Kentucky. It's called a very large typo, but we love Kentucky very much, so someone is going to find that and bring that to me. Thank you. All right. See, my daughter got married this weekend, and at every big event, there is a little glitch. I know this is a big glitch for Kentucky, but these things happen. Apologies, Kentucky. All right. Molly Catherine Sullivan is our princess from Kentucky. Come on up here, Molly. Meant no slight to the great state of Kentucky. All right. So Molly is a native of Campbellsville, Kentucky, a senior at the University of Kentucky, where she is double majoring in agricultural economics and marketing. She is very involved in Delta Gamma, the UK Student Philanthropy Board, and Dance Blue. Molly is the daughter of Chad and Carol Sullivan. Okay, now where were we? I flipped backwards. What state am I on now? Massachusetts, all right. The princess representing Massachusetts tonight is Krista Anderson. Krista is originally from Hanson, Massachusetts. She's the daughter of John and Cynthia Anderson. She graduated from Harvard University in 2019 with a degree in economics. Krista now lives in Washington, D.C., where she works as a project specialist at Gartner. And representing Michigan tonight is Dana Ebley. Dana grew up in Rochester Hills, Michigan, and is the daughter of Bill and Sue Ebley. She's a 2018 graduate of Central Michigan University with an integrative public relations major and a Spanish minor. Dana currently works in public relations and continues to be an active volunteer through her sorority, Sigma Kappa. Well, representing the Magnolia State of Mississippi tonight is Olivia Roberts. Olivia is a native of Shannon, Mississippi, and she is the Deputy White House Liaison at the U.S. Department of Justice. She received her BA in Communication from Mississippi State University and a Master of Public Administration from George Washington University. Olivia is an active member of the Junior League of Washington. She is the daughter of Kenneth and Teresa Roberts. Join me in welcoming the princess representing Missouri tonight, Hannah Schwartz. Hannah is a native of St. Louis, Missouri, and a legislative aide to Senator Roy Blunt. She graduated magna cum laude from the George Washington University in 2018 with a degree in international affairs. She's a member of the Junior League of Washington, and Hannah is the daughter of Dr. Oscar and Jean Schwartz. Representing the great state of New Jersey tonight is Catherine Kilday. Catherine, a native of Lawrenceville, New Jersey, is a senior at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. She's studying politics and intelligence studies. Catherine has interned for Congressman Ralph Abraham and Congressman Mike Rogers. She's also interned for the Heritage Foundation, where she completed research that was used for the yearly report. Catherine is currently interning for Kiernan Group Holdings, where she's conducted research on counterterrorism and virtual kidnapping. My goodness. She is the daughter of Luann and Sean Kilday. New Mexico is represented tonight by Hannah Glasgow. Hannah is the daughter of Bill Glasgow and Wendy Holman. She is a native of the Land of Enchantment, born and raised in Albuquerque. She attended the University of New Mexico. Last month, she received her master's degree in forensic psychology from the George Washington University. And the princess representing North Carolina tonight is Molly Thomas. Molly is a gallery associate at Beau Bridges Gallery in Manhattan Beach, California. She graduated from Chapman University in Orange, California, with degrees in television writing and production and communication studies. Molly is the daughter of Melody Thomas and Gordon Thomas, who was the North Carolina State Society president from 1981 to 1983, and she is the half-sister of Elizabeth Marquardt, who was the 1989 North Carolina Cherry Blossom Princess. So. Ohio this evening is represented by Gianna Clegg. Gianna is a native of Columbus, Ohio, and is a senior at The Ohio State University, where she's majoring in fashion retail studies and minoring in business. She's a member of the Delta Gamma sorority and formerly worked at the Ohio Senate. Gianna is the daughter of Colleen O'Brien and Bob Clegg. And the princess representing Oregon tonight is Rebecca Taylor. Rebecca currently lives in East Lyme, Connecticut, and will be a senior at Elmira College, where she is double majoring in marketing and business administration. She's also the president for the Marketing Professionals Club. Rebecca is the daughter of 2 Navy veterans, Victoria and Stephen Taylor. Thank you for your service. Representing Pennsylvania tonight is Maria Albert. Maria is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and is the daughter of John and Kim Albert. She is a graduate of Washington Jefferson, where she double majored in Spanish and French. She currently translates for Cyber Missions Ministry, is a member of the French and Spanish Honors Societies, and is the recipient of 2 Global Literacy Awards. Très bien fait. Now join me tonight in welcoming the princess representing Rhode Island, Kelly Bobpavong. Kelly was born and raised in Rhode Island. She graduated from Harvard College in 2020 with a degree in government, a secondary in Russian regional studies, and a French language citation. She currently works in DC as an outreach coordinator for the Heritage Foundation. Her parents, Kam Singh and Sakunluk Babpavong, I'll get it right, still reside in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. And the Lone Star State, Texas, is represented tonight by Brooke Oliver. Brooke, the daughter of Jeff and Denise Oliver, is a 7th-generation Texas-born and raised in Austin. She's the director of operations for Congressman August Pfluger, a 2018 graduate of Texas A&M University with a degree in history and political science. Brooke is an active member of DC Aggies and serves as the communications director for the Texas State Society in the Washington, D.C. area. And the U.S. Virgin Islands tonight are represented by Alea Phipps. Alea is the daughter of Virgin Islanders Clayton and Afralasia Phipps and is a junior at Delaware State University, majoring in criminal justice with a minor in philosophy. She served as the vice president to the Criminal Justice Club for the 2021 academic year and is a proud member of many organizations and national societies on campus. The princess representing Utah tonight is Frances Floresca. Frances is the daughter of Eric and Lynn Floresca and a native of Salt Lake City, Utah. She is the State Government Affairs Associate at Citizens Against Government Waste in Washington, D.C. Frances is a 2019 graduate of the University of Utah in Business Administration. She enjoys volunteering in the community and singing at numerous events, including ours. Thank you again. So Virginia is represented tonight by Ame Tevaz. Ame is a native of Arlington, Virginia, and is a sophomore at Christopher Newport University, majoring in business marketing and minoring in Spanish. She participates in Charge, Crew, and the Emerging Leadership Program at CNU. Ame is the daughter of Nancy Goodman. The princess representing Wisconsin tonight is Gabrielle Goldfarb. Gabrielle is the daughter of Andrea and Lawrence Goldfarb. She attended the University of Wisconsin-Madison and double majored in international studies and political science. Gabrielle worked at the Republican National Committee, the American Composites Manufacturers Association, and is currently at the American Trucking Associations. She earned her Master's of International Affairs at the George Washington University. And now I would like to introduce you to someone who has a very special, well, she's made history, shall we say, over the last 2 years. She is our 2019 United States Cherry Blossom Queen, Tylea West, and she's made history because she is the longest serving Cherry Blossom Queen. She's been queen for 2 years. So Tylea is a 2018 graduate of the University of Georgia. She is a regulatory coordinator in clinical trials research at the Erlanger Institute for Clinical Research. During her time as the 2019 United States Cherry Blossom Queen, she enjoyed advocating for rare disease patients with the Every Life Foundation. Tylea's platform, Think Zebra, is to raise awareness for rare diseases. She chose this platform because in medical training, students are taught to assume the most common disease instead of something rare. So one of Tylea's favorite memories of being Cherry Blossom Queen is being able to partner with Lily Pulitzer. She loves the Bright Prince and the company's mission of Prince with a Purpose. Tylea is the daughter of William and Susan West. Now, normally we would have our 2020 and our 2021 Sakura Queens here in person with us from Japan, but they could not be here, obviously, because of the pandemic, but they have kindly sent us a video that will be played with their greetings and remarks. So, roll tape.
Hello everyone, my name is Kaoru Tagawa and I am the 28th Japan Cherry Blossom Queen. First, I would like to congratulate all the princesses who participated in this program. I am sure it was a life-changing experience and an amazing chance to meet new people and express yourself. Although I can't meet you guys in person, I want to congratulate each and every one of you for taking the courage to be a part of this program. I used to live in Virginia, USA during my childhood, and I remember going to the National Cherry Blossom Festival held in Washington, D.C. every year. It made me really happy to see that the people in the U.S. were enjoying the cherry blossoms from Japan, and it made me realize the strength of the friendship between those two countries. I still keep that precious memory to myself even today, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to become a Cherry Blossom Queen myself. Although I couldn't have the opportunity to see you guys in person this year, I am very excited that today the U.S. Cherry Blossom Queen is chosen. I am looking forward to seeing you in person soon and be a part of promoting this friendship together. Last but not least, I want to thank everyone who made this program possible, even in this difficult time the world is facing. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Wakana Shiga, the 29th Japan Sakura Queen. First of all, I am so glad that you were able to have Grand Ball while we have been going through very tough times. I wish I could fly to the state and celebrate the new Sakura Queen. I believe everyone is eligible and perfect for the position. Although we are apart now, I am looking forward to seeing the new queen and working together to spread the beauty of Sakura in the US. When I was in high school, I went to the summer camp in Seattle. I spent great time with my friend doing horseback riding. This experience made me to study abroad in Canada because I realized how fun it is to communicate with people in English and know people from other backgrounds. And also, my twin sister goes to university in Oregon. She is doing well, surrounded by nice host family and friends. I can't wait to see you all once the pandemic is over. So please stay healthy and I wish you luck.
Well, we now have another very special video, and this is from, we've heard, I think we have a couple of, well, one in-person former Cherry Blossom Princess here, a sister, and we've heard about others who are in the family. Well, we have a lot of former Cherry Blossom princesses that have risen to very high positions. And one of them right now, she's recorded a video for us. This is former Cherry Blossom Princess, the U.S. Senator from West Virginia, Shelley Moore Capito.
Hi everyone, my name is Shelley Moore Capito and I'm the United States Senator from West Virginia. I am also a very proud former Cherry Blossom Princess from the state of West Virginia. I'm so glad that we are able to gather together and resume this wonderful program after the pandemic forced a hiatus last year. The Cherry Blossom Princess program provides a great opportunity for young girls to connect. My time as a Cherry Blossom Princess was very influential. The educational, leadership, and culture activities this program offers are so valuable. Here's a fun fact. I am the first Cherry Blossom Princess elected to Congress and the first woman elected to the United States Senate from West Virginia. This is a distinction I hold honorably, and it is one of the reasons I'm committed to inspiring the next generation of female leaders through my West Virginia Girls Rise Up initiative. For this program, I travel around the state talking to young girls about what I believe are the 3 pillars of success: self-confidence, physical fitness, and education. I encourage you all to take your next step confidently. If there's one thing I know, it's when women get involved, we get things done. No matter what the next step of your journey is, please let me know if there is any way that I can be of assistance. The opportunities are there for you, and I always will be standing in your corner. Have a great time.
What a wise woman. Everyone, please now enjoy your dinners. Don't forget to check out the silent auction. It ends at 8:30. There is information on all of your tables on how to bid. So enjoy your dinner, and I'll be back after dessert. in North Dakota, and she's currently living in Washington. And as I said, she's from the class of 2017, where, of course, she represented North Dakota. And she's also involved with the North Dakota State Society and is responsible for this extraordinary evening that we're all enjoying. So, Olivia.
Thank you, Kathleen. Good evening, everyone. It's so great that we're all here. To begin, I would like to say a few words about our MC, who is honoring us with her tremendous talents this evening. For those of you who may not be familiar with Kathleen's prolific body of work, let me take a few minutes to highlight her impressive career. The award-winning journalist and author was a Washington correspondent for CNN for 18 years, covering the White House, Pentagon, and Capitol Hill, as well as aviation. You may also remember her moving reports on Hurricane Katrina. She left the network to write a best-selling 2010 book on her Mississippi Gulf Coast hometown's recovery titled Rising from Katrina. In 2011, the destruction caused by the earthquake and tsunami in Japan was so familiar that Kathleen decided to lead a nationwide campaign, Words of Hope for Japan, that collected nearly 6,000 cards and letters for the survivors. In 2013, the State Department selected Kathleen to travel to Japan and serve as a goodwill representative on the 2-year anniversary of the disaster. She is currently heading the nonprofit Leaders Link to harness and share elected officials' disasters lessons learned to help other cities better prevent, prepare for, and recover from similar crises. Everyone, please join me in a sign of thanks to Kathleen Coate. So as Kathleen mentioned, my name is Olivia Cox, and I am the 2021 Cherry Blossom Grand Ball Chair, as well as the former princess for 2017 for North Dakota. While it has certainly been an interesting year, we are so happy to have you all here, whether in person or at home virtually. We still have a wonderful evening planned for you, including, of course, the highly anticipated spin of the wheel. Tonight marks the peak of a whirlwind week for all of these princesses here with us tonight. Their week has been filled with the 5 petals of the Cherry Blossom Princess program, honoring international friendships, leading women, representing home, celebrating our nation's capital, and serving communities. We hope all of the princesses go home with amazing memories from this week, including the places they visited, the people they met, and the friendships they made. I know as a former princess myself, I still cherish memories and friendships I made during my Princess Week. In fact, some of the princesses I became friends with are in this room tonight. Before I wrap up, I would like to recognize a few people who are not here tonight who helped make this evening possible. I'd first like to thank Maddie Meininger. She's not only one of my princess friends, but was also my co-chair when we were planning the Grand Ball for 2020. We are both very excited and honored to get the opportunity to plan the Grand Ball as Princesses alumni. She helped me lay out a lot of the groundwork for this evening, and I'm so glad we still keep in touch and still help out with Princess Week years after our time as princesses has ended. I would also like to thank Mary Donovan, who was a great help to me in planning this year's Grand Ball. And finally, I would like to thank everyone in this room for being here tonight. At this time, I would like to introduce you to the President of the National Conference of State Societies, Mr. Pete Berlowitz. Pete.
Thank you, Olivia. Before I get started, I got to say what an amazing group of princesses we have here tonight. Just overwhelmed by the biographies of every one of the ladies here. So let's give them a round of applause, please. Okay, Deputy Chief of Mission Tsukada, ladies and gentlemen. When we first started working on the 2021 cherry blossom program, we knew that it was going to be challenging with all the uncertainty in this organization, in the nation, and the world. Continuing the wonderful traditions would be difficult, but our hope was that we could still accomplish celebrating the blossoming of the cherry trees through food, music, and camaraderie. It was evident even then that we were not going to be able to hold this festival at the same time the trees were blooming. We made a huge leap of faith that by June, we were able to have events like ours safely and successfully, and we think we've been able to accomplish that. This attempt has also come with some deviations from past years. Even with putting our request for transporting the fabulous Mikimoto crown to this event, we put the request in 4 months, or a month or two before this event, and we were not able to get the crown here because the armored car company did not have the staff personnel to transport the crown. So welcome to 2021. So it's been a difficult challenge to be here, but I think we are all thrilled that we are able to get off our masks and be able to put our tuxes and gowns on, which we haven't done in years. And so it's just great to see everybody here. Thank you. So NCSS, established by an act of Congress in 1952 to promote cultural relations in the District of Columbia, has, as part of its mandate, put on the Cherry Blossom Princess program. The program, throughout its 73 years of existence, has, through both the relationships developed and cultural knowledge gained, successfully molded many young women in business, community, and even government. And obviously we saw some videos and to show just exactly where some of the people have gone, and just an amazing program. And again, it's a privilege to be part of that program, and I don't take it lightly. For the princesses, it has been a great time of meeting new friends and experiencing the bonding of Japanese and U.S. culture. The friends made during the past week will be truly friends for life. There is a fabulous alumni association that we have here, and as say, people stay through social media and different ways in touch for literally the 20, 30, 40 years, and you can go back to them and ask about their class, and it's an amazing thing. In addition to a week of learning about Japanese culture and beauty that will forever be part of them, the princesses had a week of personal advancement, including the Women's Empowerment Conference. This conference dealt with social issues such as gender equity, workplace harassment, and balancing careers and family. I have been truly blessed with an outstanding group of volunteers, and I want to stress that we are all volunteers in our group, and put in many, many, many hours to make this event happen. I would like to introduce several of the event people. Some of them are not here. Athena Schritz is Vice President and Festival Chair, and please hold no applause until we get everybody up here. So let me go through this here. Gary Deverman, who has recently moved to Florida and is hopefully watching this on our live streaming our event. So I want to say hello to Gary. Then we have as well Mary Donovan, who had a family emergency and could not make it. And then we have Diana Tappert, Communications Director. Diana, you want to come up here? We have Diana. There we go. And then we have Lou Barrett, our our secretary, and Eileen Maffness, our treasurer. Could you all come up here, please? There's Lou, and there's Eileen. Okay. Next, I want to introduce the event chairs and have them come up here as well. Akiko Keene from the Stone Lantern Lighting Ceremony. Akiko? Allie Nelson, Women's Empowerment Conference, and also volunteer coordinator. And believe me, that's not an easy job on getting the volunteers for this event. Terry Galvez, our fashion show. And Jennifer Irwin, who developed the program guide that's in front of you right now. And Pete Cammett, who got us a color guard. I'd like to give each one of them up here. And oh, Suzanne New. Where's Suzanne? Is she in the? She's handling the auction. Silent auction table. And by the way, we're going to try to keep the auction open until 9:30. So if you're interested in still bidding on it, please go right ahead. Costing you money. Oh, I'm sorry. So could we give them a round of applause? So, and by the way, my significant other who's coming up here is going to hand out a little gifts that we have for them, and she's also responsible for the centerpieces. So, I'd be in trouble if I didn't mention that as well. They have things in their box. You want to open the box later. Later. Hey, Kiko, stay up here. Thank you all. Stay here. Stay here. So Akiko is also the embassy liaison for NCSS. And then there's one other person I need to bring up, Gigi. Gigi is our princess chair and has done an incredible job of trying to assemble it in a very difficult year to do this. We got something for them as well. Hold on a second. No, the big one. Okay, we'll do it later. Just give Gigi one of them. Thank you again for everybody that's put out here. So while these people have put in thousands of hours to make this event, it also wouldn't happen without the generosity of our sponsors. What is amazing is that these sponsors continue to support us even in a year when the country was shut down. And so I have to really give a very, very special thanks to both Otsuka Pharmaceuticals, Mr. Colin Heitzman. Thank you so very much. And then Sophia Fox and their staff at Otsuka have been a big help in putting this event on. And finally, Mr. Aguchi at the Japan Commerce Association in Washington, D.C. We thank them very much as well. Thank you. Thank you, sir. And so finally, I want to recognize Ambassador Koji Tomita, who wasn't able to make it tonight, but again, back in January, when we first brought up the suggestion of holding this event, he was a big supporter of having it, and it really did make a big difference in us going ahead with the event. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your dinner. And hopefully we have cherry pie for dessert. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, the run of shows says Akiko comes up next.
Yes.
Akiko is next. Akiko is next. Yes, that's what it says. And then Gigi. Okay? Okay. All right. So I know she was just up on stage, but Akiko, we are going to invite you back to the stage because she has a message that she would like to present from the director of the Japan Cherry Blossom Queen alumni, Mrs. Susumu Hatsumi.
Thank you very much, Kathleen. My name is Akiko King. I would like to read the message in Japanese, and I will read later in English. The message is very, very short. 皆様、お変わりなくお元気でお過ごしのことと存じます。プログラムの件、お世話になりまして、誠にありがとうございました。厚く御礼申し上げます。NCSS の桜祭りが6月5日から10日に開催。行事予定のスケジュールなどが玉垣委員からメールで届きました。おめでとうございます。大変喜んでおります。コロナの渦の中でのこのご準備はさぞかしご苦労だったと思います。グランドボールで今年も素晴らしい女王様の誕生が楽しみでございます。一日も早いコロナウイルスが収束し、米国の日米のための桜の女王交流が継続されることを心から祈っております。皆様に何卒よろしくお伝えくださいませ。桜祭りのご盛会をお祈りいたします。蓮見久子、President of the 女王会、the All Queens Association in Japan, she's chairman of the club. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this date is June 3rd, 2021, 3:45 a.m. President Pete Palowitz of NCSS, Honorary Advisor Akiko King, and to all of the NCSS staff who work very hard toward this Princess program. I hope this mail found you well. Thank you for Japan Queen's photo to place to your program of 2021. We are very excited about this. I received a mail from our community members of Miss Tamagaki about great news of NCSS is going to have a Cherry Blossom Festival, June 5th through the June 10th. We are very excited. This is over the telephone, she said to me at 4 a.m., very excited, "This is Americans. They're tough." So congratulations, very, very exciting news. It must be very busy and difficult to prepare for the program, especially during this coronavirus pandemic. I hope this year's Grand Ball night, new Queen 2021 to be born. This is, we are really excited to waiting for this moment in Japan. We hope coronavirus stops soon and we can continue our Queen program exchange with US and Japan. Congratulations again, Mrs. Hasumi Hisako. This Mrs. Hasumi Hisako who was the very first cherry blossom queen from Japan, who came to 1966. She gets to visit the White House with the rest of all the 50 state, today 54, 56, 50 state princesses to White House, and Vice President Hubert Humphrey greeted the princess at the White House. This is since 1968, this 66, this Japan Queen coordinator, Mrs. Hasumi, continued supporting between Japan and America Queen program. So we have Queen to get to go to Japan. She is the first person to greet us at the airport to see us. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Akiko. And now we have a video from the Japanese Sakura Foundation.
Good evening. Congratulations on Grand Ball today. I'm Etsuko Sato from Queen's Committee of Japan Sakura Foundation. Today, I'm going to read the message from Susumu Hasumi, the president of Japan Sakura Foundation. Congratulations on hosting the Grand Ball today. I sincerely respect you on overcoming the difficult situation and holding the Princess program. On the other hand, I regret that I couldn't send the Japan Sakura Queen or participate in the Princess program this year. The Tokyo Olympics will be held this summer, and Japan will soon overcome the coronavirus epidemic. I would like to welcome the newly elected Queen next spring. I hope that the exchange we have cultivated so far will come back to normal and continue into the future. Yours sincerely, Susumu Hasumi, President of Japan Sakura Foundation. Thank you.
And I would now like to invite the Cherry Blossom Princess Chair, Gigi Galbraith, back to the stage for some remarks. Gigi.
Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here with all of you. Our programming this year has certainly been a challenge, yet we were able to still have a program and offer young women that participated some very unique experiences. Many people have talked about some of the things that we've already done that I was going to talk about, so I will not tell you everything that happened this week, but that we were able to do some very unique Japanese cultural events, which included the kimono demonstration, ikebana, which is the flower decorating, as well as some origami, and also a little bit of Japanese language that we had an instructor who instructed the young women how to introduce themselves. So it was really kind of interesting and fun. Of course, we did have our women's conference, and we were able to go to the Congressional Club. So we continue to develop new relationships to offer new programs. And as we said, there is no week that is similar year after year. We're looking for new opportunities to work with the Congressional Club, and we're also hoping to bring back opportunities that we've had in the past when our situation's a little more normal. Unfortunately, it appears that everything in DC is opening up on Saturday. If we had only known this 6 months ago, we might have done something completely different. As you heard, when these young women were introduced, they are very accomplished, polished already. I can't wait to see where they go in the next 5 years, but I hope they will all come back to help us continue to grow this program. You should be very proud of your daughters and your representatives. They did an amazing job this week. As I stand here, I do not take credit for most of what happened this week. This program takes a lot of work, and I have an incredible group of volunteers that have helped me over the last 8 months. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. And I would appreciate it if you would hold your applause to the end. As you know, Suzanne New is standing outside. She was very instrumental in helping me when I had a last-minute change for the Junior Princess program. For orientation, our chairs were Samantha Olson. She was the 2017 South Dakota Princess and the 2017 Queen. Margaret O'Mara from Virginia was the 2018 representative and the 2018 Queen. The Women's Conference Chair, Allie Nelson, 2017 Montana. Our Congressional Coordinator, who is not here this evening, Rainey Sewell. She was the representative from Oklahoma in 2014 and also a Cherry Blossom Queen. Our Public Service Coordinator, Marcella Bertolino, who was the 2019 Iowa Princess, who is in California. And our volunteers, Caroline Nickerson, who was the Florida Princess from 2019, Maddie Meininger, who was the Oregon Princess in 2017, Olivia Cox, who was the Cherry Blossom Princess from South Dakota in 2017, and Valerie Clemens, who has our chaperone and been our chaperone for several years. Will you please give these women a huge round of applause? Thank you. And I invite the Princess Class of 2021 to come back and continue to help grow this program for years to come. Each year, the Cherry Blossom Princess program recognizes someone who is a champion of our program. And this year, I am very pleased to announce that Carl Bouchard will be our recipient this year. As a farm boy growing up in northern Maine, Carl developed an interest in cameras and picture taking at an early age. As he grew up, he became an engineer, and his interest in cameras continued to grow. Of course, as a dad, he had a couple of willing subjects on which to practice, but then broadened his focus, capturing wildlife, nature scenes, wherever he went throughout the world. He is currently a member of the Mispillion Art League in Milford, Delaware, where his photos can be found on display, and yes, he has some photos that now grace the walls of excited purchasers. NCSS reached out to Carl beginning in 1992 and asked him to take photos of the princess class. Who can turn down that opportunity? Depending on his work and travel schedule, he would serve as the photographer when available. And then in 2001, he was called upon almost each year through 2019. That is over 30 years of taking pictures of cherry blossom princesses. He has taken thousands of photos of princesses, walked in many parades, and is touched and still keeps in touch with many of the young ladies and enjoys following them into their successful careers. Most of his pictures of the princess programs can be found on Flickr or Shutterfly, either under his name or under a variation of CBPP. As Carl says, one of the benefits of being a photographer of the Princess program is meeting other professional photographers from various venues visited by the princess that allow the exchange of ideas. Talking about cameras and photo taking, the behind-the-scenes opportunities, especially on Capitol Hill, which he found very interesting. It also gives the photographer a lot of opportunities to explore hidden passageways, embassies of various different countries, and little tidbits of information that he would learn along the way. He's also met a few famous people, including Sandra Day O'Connor. So, the recipient of this 2021 Cherry Blossom Year, please give me a warm welcome of applause for Carl Bouchard.
I want to thank all of you in the NCSS for this award. I never expected it, but probably the real push behind this is my wife, Janet, who got me involved into this because no one else wanted to do it. But I did it, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And it's time to call it quits. Thank you.
Congratulations, Carl. Just amazing. Well, Carl, now that we have honored you, the next honoree is Miss Tylea West. So Tylea, if you would come up to the stage. As you heard earlier, she was our 2019 U.S. Cherry Blossom Queen. And she is going to make a very special announcement. She is going to announce the princess who was chosen by her peers as Miss Congeniality. And this is, I think, a really extraordinary award because this is the person, who all these young women who have spent all this time together really felt they connected with all of them. So come on up and make the announcement. And at the same time, would the princesses make their way to the front of the stage. And also, Tylea is going to make a few farewell remarks. So lots going on.
Hajime mashite, Tylea West, Tylea to moshimasu.
Watashi no shu dayo no katoshi no zenbei sakura no jo o desu. Nichibe no yujo ga ureshi, sakura ga suki. That's Japanese for it's nice to meet you. My name is Tylea West. I am the Washington Cherry Blossom Princess and 2019 United States Cherry Blossom Queen. Looking back at 2019, as the United States Cherry Blossom Queen, I would have never in my wildest dreams imagined that the wheel would land on my state and that I would be the 2019 U.S. Queen. In fact, before going to the grand ball, I calculated the probability of the wheel landing on any given state with a multivariate probability formula allowing for the first runner-up to be chosen and then the queen to be chosen. As many people have come to know, I love math and I love STEM. After calculating it, I learned that the chance of becoming the 2019 U.S. Cherry Blossom Queen was 0.05%. Very, very small. My trip to Japan was better than I could have ever imagined. The weeks leading up to visiting Japan were a whirlwind. For anyone who's seen Princess Diaries with Anne Hathaway, you might be familiar with Mia Thanopoulos, who suddenly becomes a princess. She was an ordinary American girl, and I feel like the movie truly encompasses the power of the Cherry Blossom Princess program. While in Japan, some of the wonderful things that I got to experience on my Goodwill Ambassador trip were meeting the Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, going to the Tokyo Sky Tree, getting to meet the Senate and the House of Japan, as well as getting to visit the great city of Shizuoka. So, as all of us know, we're here to celebrate the Sakura, and the Japanese allowed me to visit Shizuoka. The significance of the city is that the cherry blossoms that we see at the tidal basin were engineered in this city. It's located in a town south of Tokyo. It has beautiful mountains. These beautiful mountains are Mount Fuji, which many people have seen in photographs. But to be able to see it in person was breathtaking, and it's something I will always remember, because when I was born in 1996, I saw the Pacific Ocean looking from the east. I arrived in America because I was adopted in 1997, and I looked at the Pacific Ocean from the west. So to be able to return in 2019 and see the Pacific Ocean once again from the east was a very special and memorable experience. In addition to being able to see famous sights as well as famous people in Japan, one of the highlights of my trip was being able to tour Keio University. Keio University is the premier medical school in Tokyo, Japan. I am thankful that I was able to go to Keio because of their connection to neurology. So here in DC, while at Georgetown University, I have worked in neurology clinical trials. In Japan, I would have never imagined that I would run into a physician who also worked at Georgetown University, Dr. Nakamura. So even thousands of miles away from Washington, D.C., I felt at home. One of the most important memories that I would like to share from my trip in Japan is the farewell reception that happened in Shizuoka. For me, this reception really touched my heart because in Shizuoka, they had someone who came and sang the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. And it truly felt like such a kind gesture to me to be able to hear an American song abroad. In addition to the trip to Japan, my year as Cherry Blossom Queen has meant more to me than just the trip and just the week as Cherry Blossom Queen.
After winning, one of the best pieces of advice that I was given was that I could be a passive or an active queen, and that it was up to me to make the decision. I would like to thank my chaperone of the week, Valerie Clemens, for giving me this advice 2 years ago. So while Cherry Blossom Queen, I have been a huge advocate for the Every Life Foundation, which advocates for people with rare diseases as well as promotes patient advocacy in the healthcare field. The main mission of the Every Life Foundation is advocating for newborn healthcare screenings. Early intervention is key in treating rare diseases such as PKU. Being able to advocate for newborn screenings is so important to me because testing babies at birth has the power to transform the life of every child born. But it doesn't just have the power to transform them, but it gives them the opportunity to be an American. Because living with a rare genetic disease, I was able to become the United States Cherry Blossom Queen. So I truly believe that every single person can accomplish anything. In addition to advocating for the Every Life Foundation, I have also worked on legislation for rescreening authorizations in the state of Georgia and Tennessee, as well as COVID-19 vaccine access legislation in Georgia. Something about working on relevant healthcare policy as Cherry Blossom Queen alongside female legislatures in the Georgia State Caucus was very empowering. Because, as we know, Cherry Blossom Week is all about young women coming together. And as you can see tonight, wonderful things happen when women get together. As this year of service and friendship comes to a close, I am forever grateful to have had the chance to travel to Japan for the trip of a lifetime. And I'm grateful to have had the chance to use the crown to advocate for patients outside the clinic. I will forever be grateful to my friends in Japan and the Hasumi family for sending me such warm wishes today, as well as when I first met them in Tokyo. I would also like to thank the American Samoa State Society for always believing in me and helping me through every challenge that I've faced along the way. My Japanese friends will always remain in my heart. Isumo osewa ni nate orimasu. That is Japanese for thank you for taking care of me and supporting me. Arigatou gozaimashita. Each year, the Princess class selects one person that really stands out and exemplifies the traits of the 5 petals. Each princess votes on their nominee for Miss Congeniality. It gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of Miss Congeniality for 2021, and it is Rebecca Taylor from Oregon!
Congratulations, Rebecca. You have clearly made quite an impression on the other princesses. And Tylia, thank you so much for your remarks and for your service over these 2 years. Now I would like to invite Colin Heitzman and his daughter to come on stage. Colin is the representative of one of our major sponsors, Otsuka Pharmaceuticals, and they are going to spin the Wheel of Fortune and determine the 2021 U.S. Cherry Blossom Queen runner-up. So come on up. All right. District of Columbia Princess Brielle Simmons will be the Cherry Blossom Queen runner-up. Wonderful. And now I would like to invite to the stage the Deputy Chief of Mission, Minister Tamaki Tsukada from the Embassy of Japan. And he will be spinning the wheel for the 2021 U.S. Cherry Blossom Queen. So, go ahead. And he's going to make some remarks as well. Thank you for reminding me.
So before I start the ritual of spinning the wheel, I would just say just a few words. Mr. Berlowitz of NCSS, Mr. Napper of State Department, Mr. Heitzman of Otsuka, and Mr. Iguchi of the Shokokai, and all the sponsors, queens, princesses, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. I cannot start this spinning of wheel without, first of all, acknowledging and recognizing the great work of all those who are involved in the preparation and execution of this grand celebration ceremony and the other programs related to this event. And I know your hands are aching a little bit after many times of clapping. But I would like to ask for the final round of applause to celebrate and congratulate everyone on their great activities to make this event a reality. So the great thing about being a Deputy Chief of Mission is that I have the honor of spinning the wheel that picks a queen. So just like the new Cherry Blossom Queen, I will remember tonight as a highlight of my career. I wish all the princesses, of course, the best of luck tonight when the wheel is spun. I know that each and every one of you would make a fine queen. The Embassy of Japan truly is proud to support the Princess Program, and I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to the National Conference of State Societies, especially for figuring out a way to carry on this year despite the pandemic. It is a week these young women will never forget. This program is a chance for these representatives of their communities to forge lifelong connections and hone their leadership. But it is equally a cultural exchange opportunity, one that builds bridges between our two countries. So in closing, just let me thank all of you for being here tonight to show your support for the princesses and for the friendship between Japan and the United States. So now, enough of the diplomatic talk, and let me end the suspense and spin the wheel.
Missouri, Hannah Schwartz. Congratulations. Our 2021 Cherry Blossom Queen. Hannah, I know you'll be having a conversation with Tylee, and she'll have a lot of wonderful advice to share with you from her 2 years of experience as Cherry Blossom Queen. All right. Snap away. This is your last opportunity. Are the parents up here? Wonderful, yes. All right. So I hate to say this is the conclusion of our evening. The princesses can return to their tables, to their families. And though the evening is concluding, this doesn't conclude the relationships that you're forming here tonight and throughout this week. As you ladies have heard from so many, you'll continue participating in this event in some way, maybe as a volunteer. But remember now, the silent auction winners will be notified. I want to thank you for letting me serve as your MC tonight. It was a wonderful evening. I always look forward to this. We didn't have the cherry blossoms, we didn't have the sun, but we have each other. And in these days and times after this pandemic, I think having each other really means a lot. So as they say in Japan at the end of a memorable evening, "Kyou wa arigatou gozaimashita. Minasan sayonara." Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening and a very safe drive home. Good night. Thank you so much.